Hi everyone, I'm Liz.
I'm Cody.
And welcome to Unit 8, Life is Sweet. So I think we all know that there's a lot of sugar added to foods these days and that it's not necessary for us, for our diet, or necessarily good for us. But cutting it out is also a really difficult thing to do. But that's exactly what one YouTuber named Cam tried to do. So he tried to cut out all added sugar from his diet. Not all sugar, just the added sugar.
Okay.
Cut out.
Cut out.
So he knew going to the grocery store was probably going to be pretty difficult, but he was surprised at how difficult it actually was. So, you know, cookies and candy and breakfast cereals especially, he knew that those would probably be off limits, but he found it really hard to even find like loaves of bread that didn't have added sugar. So things you wouldn't necessarily think of as being sweet still have sugar added to them. And so his grocery list was basically slashed in half because so many things were off limits at the grocery store. And then he tried this out, and in the first week, he started like having these cravings. So he really wanted to eat sugar. And he'd open his refrigerator and he'd stare at what was inside. And he'd try to eat fruit, because fruit is sweet, as a substitute, but it didn't really hit the spot. It didn't cure his cravings.
Craving.
Craving.
Hit the spot.
Hit the spot.
And his friend brought over a carrot cake for his birthday. I don't know why he did this during his birthday, or maybe it was like an early birthday thing. But yeah, so he had to put that in the freezer until after this month-long experiment of cutting out sugar. And we'll tell you more about how he got along with this experiment in the review. But how about you? Do you eat a lot of sweets?
Well, sweets, when it comes to like desserts and like obviously added sugar to a lot of things, not that often, no. I try not to. Actually, the first time in a long time I had ice cream 2 weeks ago, and I hadn't eaten ice cream in like maybe 6-7 months.
But
I mean, I've had other sweet things. I've tried to cut out also like, you know, sweets or sugary drinks, like to some cider. I love it. It's so sweet, too much sugar. But as in like sweet desserts and things, not that often, maybe once a week at most. I really try not to. But you know, like what this guy did, taking a look at diets to remove added sugar, like, whoa.
Like even in bread?
Yeah, that's tough. How about for you?
I like sweets, yes. I mentioned in the last video, the last chapter, that I do like baking. So yeah, I'm a sweet fan, but I do try not to eat too many sweets. Yeah, another question is, have you ever tried to eat less sugar? And you answered that already. I did as well. So I went on a diet about 2 years ago. And at that time, I did try to drink less soda. I didn't drink that much soda to begin with, but like completely cutting it out. And less dessert and stuff like that. But yeah, now probably 2 or 3 times a week, I have like ice cream or cookie or something like that. But yeah, added sugar. Even when I was on my diet, I didn't bother with all of the kind of hidden sugar. Because that just gets too obsessive, I think, for me. I'd rather,
it's hard to find, too.
It's hard to find. You have to like really read the labels and all of the different names of sugar. So yeah, sugar comes in different forms. So that was just too intense for me. And now for the language focus. The first point is would normally. So for example, I would normally walk from my house to the station, but on rainy days, I do take the bus.
Yeah, it's better. You don't want to get any amount of splash of soaps or something. And for mine, for a change. For my example, I really hope this summer it will be cooler for a change.
That seems like wishful thinking. It's already quite warm.
Yes.
Okay, and that's all for the preview of Unit 8, Life is Sweet. We'll see you in the review.